in New York, where the signal is weaker. Spectrum is not helping me out. Usually our shows from Lancaster, Pennsylvania, the internet is a lot stronger. Xfinity is a lot stronger. But, we're going to do what we can. If it rains lemons, y'all know what we do. We make lemonade. So, I just want to let everybody know this show is produced by the People-Pueblo Party, whose slogan is common sense politics for the people, for the planet, and for the animals. And is also sponsored by the People's Health Project Incorporated. They provide the funds so we can have the hardware and the software to be able to have these shows every Monday at 8 p.m. here on Facebook and also on YouTube. So thank you all for being here. And I'm very happy to be here tonight. And we have some very special guests. We have my co-host, Brother Bill. And I'm going to bring both of them on now and let them introduce themselves. And then we're going to move forward with our current events section in the beginning. And let's see if we can get a different view. Oh, this one's much better. All right, so how y'all doing tonight? I'm glad y'all are here. I'm glad that we can see you. Now, the big test is whether we're going to be able to hear you. So let's go for that. So, Bill, as is your custom, you can do your welcome to our guests.
Yeah, okay. Want to welcome everybody to a new week, brand new Monday, as we talk about what's been going on in the world. Seems like the more things change, the more things stay the same. That's why we got a platform so that people can not only share their opinion, maybe we can come up with some solutions. So welcome.
All right, thank you. Brother Gil, you want to intro yourself for our viewing audience?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Gil Obler with the Free Mumia Abu Jamal Coalition of New York City. It doesn't look to me like I can put stuff in the public chat. Is that something that's fixable?
Yeah, you were probably on host chat. You got to switch over to public chat. Yeah, that's muting and unmuting yourself.
Yeah, that didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I see. I'm switched to the public chat, but I don't see a box to type in. But
there should be a box at the bottom that says type something.
Yeah, I know, but it's not appearing. It does in the host chat, but not. Okay, sorry to give technical difference.
Well, that's okay, Gil. If you want, put it in the host chat, and then I'll copy and paste it and put it in the public.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. Okay, thank you.
All right, no problem.
Okay, so yeah, I'm here to talk about the situation with political prisoners, with prisoners in general, the mass incarceration state, the new Jim Crow. In a word, colonialization. It's interesting that when they passed the amendment to the Constitution, which most people think abolished slavery, if you actually read the words, they abolished slavery except in the case of punishment for a felony or crime. So from the very beginning, they knew that they were only transferring slavery from the plantation to the chain gang. And this is my first time on People's TV, so I'm color coordinated for Mumia. I'm wearing the hat, but I also have the shirt here, which was made. It features a painting by Emory Douglas, and I bring up Emory Douglas because he's not just an important artist, but he's a fellow journalist. He helped found the Black Panther newspaper in the Bay Area, and a lot of people don't know that Mumia Abu Jamal, before he became an NPR journalist in high school, he was recruited by the Black Panther Party, and he was the.
All right, hold on, Gil. Don't give it all away.
Okay.
We still got plenty of time on the show, so let's hold it up. But when we come back on, when we get back to that, those little tidbits and that information is going to be really important.
Okay.
But when we restart, I want you to start like from the beginning. Give us a synopsis of what the situation is with Mumia. Right. Talk about his work for the community and how that generated all of these issues that we're dealing with today. So what we're going to do, Gil, is I'm going to start out with our COVID update that we always start with. It's going to be very short. and then we're going to get back into our conversation. So thank you for that, brother. And the Free Mumia hat and the shirt look outstanding. So let's get to this. All right.
Across the country on this Friday, a spring wave of rising infections. While more than 3 million Americans are being vaccinated every day, hospitals in several states are at or near capacity. Hospitalizations reaching 47,000, the most since March 4th. In Maine, new infections have shot up by 67% just over the past 2 weeks. While in Michigan, frontline health workers are warning the current surge could actually be worse than what they experienced last fall.
And now they are experiencing and seeing younger people who are in our ICU beds who are very, very sick, and some who are dying.
The latest spike comes at a bad time amid a pause in the J&J vaccine rollout, as the FDA and CDC look at a small number of patients who developed rare blood clots. The CDC also reports a very small number of so-called breakthrough cases, people who contracted COVID despite getting vaccinated. So far, 5,800 known cases, most of them women. 40% involved people over the age of 60. 7% had to be hospitalized. 1%, 74 people, died. Ariel Silver got COVID 6 weeks after her second vaccine dose.
Were you surprised? What was your reaction when you got it, despite having had the vaccine?
I was very surprised because I thought being fully vaccinated, I would not get it. For 2 days, I was in bed very sick, just sleeping all day. I had to cancel all my work phone calls. It hit me hard, for sure.
Even though the Pfizer, Moderna, and J&J vaccines offer strong protection, experts say no vaccine is 100% effective. Now, Pfizer's CEO says COVID protection probably doesn't last more than a year. All of us, therefore, will probably need booster shots.
A likely scenario is that there will be likely a need for a third dose somewhere between 6 and 12 months.
Yeah, what we don't know yet is whether we will need booster shots from the same vaccine that we got originally. We'll figure that out over the coming months, I guess. Guys, back to you.
And Tom, you mentioned the J&J pause, and we actually have some new poll numbers on how the public feels about that particular vaccine. What do you know?
Yeah, confidence in the J&J vaccine has kind of taken a hit after the CDC and the FDA hit the pause button. Here are the numbers right now. Before that happened, 52% felt pretty good about the J&J vaccine. That's now down to 37% after the pause. That's a real concern because they've not stopped the vaccine. They've simply hit the pause button to do more research on it. And they don't want to undermine public confidence in a vaccine that really has proven to be very effective with literally only 6 to 7 cases of these blood clots out of 7 million people.
Yeah. All right. Tom Costello for us. Tom, thank you.
Unmute everybody. Let me unmute everybody. So basically the first piece, I don't know if y'all could hear it or see it or.
I couldn't hear it at all.
Okay. So basically they're summarizing the situation in the United States around COVID with variants, more kids being infected. Now, I mean, we have to be really clear, right? That the news is going to focus on the bad news, right? The commercial media, the mass media, the propaganda media always focuses on the bad news, right? Because there are parts of this country that have very few cases. In some places, life is going back to normal. But the problem is that there's no stability, right? So one place gets to normal and another place starts developing variants. Then it spreads to the places that are normal. And then they start getting sick and spreading variants, and they spread it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's kind of like a 3-card Monte, right? Like those guys on the street, right? They're constantly shuffling the 3 cards. You got to find the red card. So that's basically what's happening in the United States with COVID. So right now, there's some places that don't have a lot of COVID, and then the other places where it's increasing. But the places that don't have it wind up getting it because people are free to travel. There's no travel restrictions. And some states don't have any mask mandates. They don't have any social distancing mandates. And then because the United States is a neoliberal capitalist society, is always looking for the market solution to problems. And the market can't always solve the problem. So you have China, Cuba, Vietnam, South Korea, Taiwan, Japan, Australia, New Zealand. You have all these countries that have controlled COVID. They have no variants. They have no kids going to the hospital dying from COVID. Zero, right? And they did this study, 89% of people in the United States think that every country is going through the same thing the United States is going through with COVID. And it's absolutely